Welcome back to Get Down to Business, the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. I am thrilled to be joined by Ben Juncker, who's the co-founder and CEO of Craftsman Choice, a leading exterior remodeling contractor in Minnesota, one of the highest volume James Hardie siding installers in the United States. Pretty exciting. And in fact, in 2021, Ben wrote the book, The Minnesota Homeowner's Guide to Exterior Siding, an Amazon #1 bestseller in the home improvement category. Ben, welcome to the program.
Thanks. Thank you.
It's great to have you on. So I love to get to know the person behind the microphone. How did your sort of career in construction start as a job of last resort and evolve into the opportunity of a lifetime?
Well, starting on a roofing crew, I soon learned that I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. And so moved up to a siding crew and then, just looked at the guys that we were working for and figured, we could probably do this a different way. And so, kind of a series of hard life lessons and banging our head against the wall until we figured out something that was going to work. And, we were able to partner with James Hardie early on in its life here in Minnesota, and that really was the difference maker for us. We were able to differentiate ourselves from other contractors that were all selling the same things, and so that really was the springboard to us being able to build our business.
Well, congratulations on that. So, Ben, as mentioned, you're the co-founder and CEO of Craftsman Choice. So, what is Craftsman Choice? What do you guys do?
Mainly exterior remodeling. So we try to stay on the outside of the house, and we've really tried to specialize in the James Hardie siding. Along with that comes windows and roofing and those kinds of things. But we've resisted the temptation to become a jack of all trades and do additions and bathrooms and kitchens and finishing basements. And we've really been able to hone in on the exterior and just specialize in that, which has been key to our longevity.
Well, you're in an interesting line of work, and it's an interesting time. Certainly, the world is talking about supply chain issues, labor scarcity. That's something that continues to be a challenge. So, how has that affected your business in recent years?
Supply chain's been a struggle, a lot of rescheduling and that kind of thing. Fortunately, the homeowners have been been pretty amicable to that. As far as labor scarcity, we've built up long-term relationships with our subcontractors, and they know that they're going to continue to have work from us, that they're going to get paid, and they're going to be able to go job to job. And so that hasn't been as big of an issue for us as it has, I think, for other companies, just because we built up those long-term relationships during the good times and the bad times, and we've got some loyalty there.
And Ben, you've established yourself as the subject matter expert. You've established yourself through certainly community involvement, which we could spend a whole episode talking about. But again, as the co-founder CEO of Craftsman Choice, you are a leader in exterior remodeling contracting in Minnesota and beyond. In fact, you wrote the book, quite literally, The Minnesota Homeowner's Guide to Exterior Siding, which is, as mentioned, an Amazon #1 bestseller. And there's a lot of contractors that I know seek your advice and expertise. So what are some of the trends that you're seeing from folks in sort of that contracting space? What are conversations you're having?
Well, I think there's a lot of successful construction owners. By successful, I mean they're making a lot of money and they have a good business, but they don't have a work-life balance. They haven't, like myself, they haven't gone to a business school. They don't, have they built this themselves, and so it's built around how they think it should go, and so they don't have processes. They don't have a management team that are probably taking things off of their plates, and so they have no work-life balance. They're a slave to their business, and so I've had the opportunity to work with some of those business owners to try and get to the point where they can go to their kid's soccer game, they can take a vacation, and still not have the business crumble around them. They can feel comfortable leaving for a little bit and doing some things that they've worked so hard to enjoy by just putting into place some processes and putting some key people in that can take those tasks off their plate.
Absolutely. And Ben, we've got about 30 seconds remaining. I'm curious, what is the number one bit of advice that you have, frankly, for small business owners in general? What's that number one innovation or marketing technique that you've put in to really establish yourself as such a widely known leader?
I think consistent branding. Just look at your website as your hub of your marketing and have everything point towards that, whether it's social media or direct mail or shows. Everything goes to the website so that you can be the subject expert, and in Google's eyes.
Absolutely. So consistency, that's great. And we'll post that in the show notes as well. Ben, we are just about out of time, and I want to make sure our listeners know where they can find your book and get in touch with you and your team. How can we do that?
So the book is, there's a link on our website, craftsmanschoice.com. You can also find it on Amazon by just searching the most boring book on Amazon, and my book on siding will come up.
That's amazing, Ben. Congratulations on that consistency. You're teaching a lot of lessons in marketing. That's wild. Congratulations on all your success. I look forward to following it and bringing you back onto the program real soon. Thanks so much for joining us.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Absolutely. We'll be right back. Lots more small business jobs and entrepreneurship as we continue on Get Down to Business in just a moment.